Happy Friday, Feliz Viernes, and welcome to La Vida Baseball. Being Guillén with the crew, Ozzy, Oni. Welcome once again.
The usual suspects.
So it's a packed weekend. This Friday kicks off with a lot of individuals from the Guillén households coming to the Ozzy's house, Ozzy Senior's house. Adela's having a huge
and Ozzy,
Ozzy and my son.
It's a joint birthday party that we're doing, and every year it seems to be growing. People are coming from Florida, California. Eventually, it's going to be an overseas thing because every year it gets. I don't know how Ozzy's Yard's going to handle it, but every year the party gets bigger.
The party gets bigger, but here's the part. So, COVID, the COVID pandemic has been controlled. We can say that, and in doing it for the gram, we're going to celebrate opening day 2.0 with fields being back at 100% capacity. We saw Wrigley. It was jumping.
I'm going to be honest with you. After seeing the games without fans, not only in baseball but soccer, the fans bring a different element. That it is first of all, obviously both teams in Chicago are in first place, but this is pretty exciting. If your team is in first place, that's how your stadium should look at least 4 or 5 days out of the week, because it makes a huge difference. It's so exciting to see. I had friends of ours just go to the Cubs game, visiting Chicago, and they said, my God, what an experience, what an atmosphere. And that's what it is. Going to Wrigley Field and going around a team that's in first place, not just the Cubs, any team. When you get a packed stadium like that, you've done it before in Cleveland, had all those sellouts. Even if you're an opponent against them, your adrenaline is going. You're ready to go. It's exciting. It is very exciting, and it's so awesome to see fans back at full capacity. And I just hope that fans now make the monetary commitment and go to the games.
Well, the funny thing about it, after we lived the experience with now fans at the parks, is a lot of ballpark without fans, like it was with the pandemic. But it's so great to see, like I always call Wrigley Field the biggest bar in Chicago. Those guys go there, have fun, enjoy themselves, celebrating, lose or win. It's just fun to watch the game. I always say it's not fun to work in the game, but it's fun to watch. And I expect the same step in another side of town. I think that the Sox playing very well. I think it's worth it to see it.
Oh, you need to call out Sox fans. They need to support their team.
So I'm going to say this. So I know that they will sell out on the 25th. Because it'll be the first day open back. My question is, how many games do they sell out in a row?
In the White Sox? Oh, no chance. In a row? No. It's only one team that I know sold out every day for so many years. It was Cleveland.
Well, Philadelphia's done it, but
in the 90s.
The Cubs will sell out every day.
One second. They say they sold out because they buy the ticket, but the ballpark is spots empty.
The team doesn't care as long as they sell the tickets.
I'm saying though, the Cubs will sell out every single game that's left in their calendar for the summer months.
We might be in for a special summer. We might. You never know. Like if you imagine going into August, both Cubs and Sox are in first place. That's something we haven't seen since like 2006, maybe 2008. I know the Sox are. I saw the other day that the first time there are this many games over 500. Since 2008. So it's going to be a very exciting summer in Chicago. The masks are gone. Fans are back in the stands. And Chicago, I told them the other day, Chicago in the summer, it is the best city in the country. Sorry, New York. Sorry, Boston. Miami. Forget about baseball. Chicago is the number one city to be in the summer because there's so many things to do. People support their teams. And locally, bars and restaurants, the atmosphere, everyone's out on the street. So it's going to be very, very exciting summer and hopefully leads to, great shows and good baseball.
So they're going to make money. And right now, if you have not gotten your father something for Father's Day gift, easy. Go get the Crosstown Classic. Go buy him some baseball tickets. It's open.
No. I'm a father. I don't own that.
Well, I'm not saying you.
And you.
You know what? I've for the first time ever this year, first couple of years, I was just excited to be a dad because I got my kids. This year, I let it be known what I wanted.
You probably wanted some time.
No, not time. Time was great, but I'm talking about like there's a hat that I want. So my wife obviously handles the finance. I wanted a hat.
I am not a father, but if anyone wants to give me a present, I'll gladly take it.
Odie's doing father.
But
what's the best gift? What's the best gift you got? What's the best gift you got?
I'm the father. I don't need no gift.
So what do you want?
I got my gift. I got my grandchild. I got you guys. The long way together. That's what
I think you can always.
What's the best gift I ever had
on Father's Day?
Oh my God!
Was it something that I brought in as a little kid?
Like, no, he doesn't even remember.
Like an ashtray that I created in arts and crafts in preschool.
That's the most appreciated one. They're still in Venezuela.
Yeah,
they're still on there. That's the most.
If you want to give something to Ozzy on Father's Day, go the golf route. That's always safe bet. Ozzy, get him one of these golf pullovers that he wears for work all the time. Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold. In this family, if you go with the golf stuff, easy. Me, anything Madrid, I'm happy. So the Guillén family,
sad.
The Guillén family is very easy to the Guillén family is very easy to gift. I would say my mom's probably the hardest gift, but now with the grandkids, just get her some pictures and some nice words about being a grandma.
So it's sad because there was a shirt that I was asked if I wanted that, and then they said, "What team would you like?" And I said, "If they make it in Real Madrid, I'll take that." No, they only make NFL. They only make MLB, and I said I don't want any team in the MLB, obviously because I don't have a favorite team. And then NFL.
No peekaboo.
If I pick again,
and by the way, the peekaboo or the Cleveland Indians, they're like here. They went away, and boom, they're right back.
I have them this year. I picked peekaboo.
No chance. We can double up the bet.
But I picked peekaboo this year, and the Braves. Obviously, my cousin's on the Braves. Peekaboo is a team that I just picked. Am I going to be an Indians fan for the rest of my life? Absolutely not. I hated them 2 years ago. Like I hated Cleveland growing up. If there's a team and they're not very good right now that I grew up loving, it'd be the Rangers. But I think that they're horrible now, and I barely watch them. But so I think for Father's Day, there's a picture right behind me on this side. Okay, I think these are the best memories that you can have. That I hope that I can create with my son. Obviously, I won't be playing in a Major League Baseball field.
I think our time has passed us by.
But I'm saying though,
now we're on La Vida Baseball.
So I'm saying just to be able to share with him that day of either golfing, going on a walk.
Well, listen,
it's a cliche thing. Going on a hike.
Father's Day. Let's be honest. When you have a dad that their job is to be a professional athlete, it is totally different from a guy that your dad's. He's working at Walmart, all great mechanic. You get to go to the stadium and see your dad around other guys that you idolize and watch play. It's very special. It's very different. People, like your dad is on baseball cards. Like when I always tell people, I was like, when I wore a jersey growing up, I had my own last name in the back. So growing up and having your dad be a part of MLB or NFL, NBA, it's not common. It's not normal. It is super cool. I'm never that guy that says like, oh, yeah, going to the ballpark is like, it's whatever. No, it's always cool. It's always cool to be able to see the Big Hurt after a game. It's always cool to be able to hang out, drink a couple shots.
We texted Alex.
I texted Alex Cora yesterday after a move that he made, and I'm like, dude, we're watching you, and he texts you back. Those are the kind of friendships that you make throughout the years. And I think that's probably the coolest thing about obviously being around the game is the friendships that you make. And then people see these guys on TV. They're bigger than life. And they should be because there's only 30 MLB teams. There's how many players you said in the history?
20,000 in the history.
20,000 in the history. This is a very, very hard job. The fact that these guys can actually make it and then the ones that make it actually succeed, they deserve the accolades. They deserve the money. They deserve the praise. So happy Father's Day to all the guys that made it. And for the kids that are growing up with a dad, enjoy it. Go to the ballpark, bother your dad, eat seeds, watch the games. We used to do scorecards. We used to go to MLB All-Star game that we're going to talk about later. We used to punch holes in the – you remember that when you used to punch holes with the pencil and then you go to the box and put it –
I don't keep voting for somebody else. How about that?
I think I took about 1,000 of those and I just punched my dad's name in.
This is my first Father's Day in long time.
You won't be working.
I know how to work.
You don't have to work.
Well, I get the Guillén Guarantee ahead of time that 2 out of 3 we will be drunk on Father's Day.
I don't drink.
That's
so what we got
guaranteed. I
can't drink without it.
will have about 8 cigars. You don't work till 4 in the afternoon.
Okay, so who's the best father right now in MLB?
The best father in MLB.
I'm gonna go out there and say Cachete, Ronald Acuña's dad.
Okay, so
wow, that was fun, man. That was funny.
So I would say I follow Vladdy Senior on Twitter, which is awkward. I can't imagine him tweeting like he's actually doing it. So
you think so?
Yeah, I think Vladdy's relationship with his son seems pretty cool. Looks like he keeps up with his games. He's like, hey son, good job. I never got 3 home runs in a game. But if you guys didn't notice, yesterday, Ronald Acuña hit a ball in the gap. Braves are down 2 runs. He goes off to third. He gets thrown out. Snicker after the game calls him out and says, "We got to do better. It's against the Red Sox. We got Freeman coming up, 1 out. You can't make the second out at third." Snicker's upset. Yesterday, Acuña's father posted comments and he starts blasting Snicker.
But you know what? I don't think Nicky was upset, but if Nicky really said that, I think it was over. And I say a lot of stuff bad about my players, but when he called him stupid,
well, he said it was a stupid play. Here's the part. Here's the part where
it is.
But it was a stupid play. But here's the part we're talking about father-son relationships. Okay, and Snicker is the father of all those players in baseball. Meaning, when you're the skipper, guys, you need to know how to talk about guys. I don't think the Acuñas, father and son, really like getting called out in public.
Nobody.
Okay. No, I'm saying that there's guys that you said would say things about, and they said, I get it, like that made them tough. I think these guys, Acuña has gotten 3 hits. Okay, he's all the offense they have. Like literally, he is the Atlanta Braves. And then to get called out by a guy that you want to basically have your back, he went off. He even said, "This is like Tony La Russa.
This is the NL, and this is a front runner for the National League MVP.
He's the MVP, man. And you're
the MVP of the league
because of one mistake. And again, here's a mistake, and
he's an aggressive mistake.
An aggressive mistake. And here's the part that Acuña, people don't get this. If Acuña gets safe at third, oh, what a great player! Pass ball.
Wild pitch.
Alex Cora had just changed the catchers, and you brought in a catcher that never catches. It's a wrong game. Here's the part that Acuña that I wish that I could be next to him and say, hey, this is what you're going to have to say from an English standpoint. I say, hey, and this is where growing up in baseball, big league baseball has made me as smart as I am when it comes to this. Go give me the video. I want to see what the third base coach is doing. Okay? Nothing against Ron Washington. Allegedly, if Ron Washington's hands are not like this, when I'm rounding second, I'm going to say as a player, and I don't care about my coach on the ball, said, I'm looking at my third base coach, and he's saying, go, 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 go. Why is he blaming me? Blame your third base coach to do a better job.
It reminds me of Tony with Jermaine.
It doesn't. I'm not going to put Jermaine Mercedes.
You know what I mean.
No. Because Jermaine Mercedes is a rookie. This guy's running for your MVP. This is a
mistake. No, my point is this, is that these are the kind of things that this is why they pay managers. This is the kind of things that fractures the clubhouse, makes them better. Okay, he's calling out our best player. Snicker's probably thinking, like, I got to do this to get the respect from the guys. But like you said, it's kind of hard to put Acuña on a leash and say that's what makes him so great is that he plays electric. He's 1,000%. That's the way he plays. So it's a hard thing because, okay, so what do you tell the guy? Hey, be careful, think more, shut it down. Like,
well, he got in trouble for not running before. So
correct.
So here's the part. He's a young guy. Again, the game was lost, Snicker. The fact that they were coming back, it was a miracle. Your game was lost. You guys have that's a whole different story. But the part is this.
Remember
what Germinator did?
He didn't have to do. Let me say something else. Snicker didn't have to do that in the press.
He didn't. No. He just said we're handling internally.
He said, I already talked to Ronald.
That's it.
We took care of it.
We took care of it.
He decided
to blast him,
to give a quote and say, hey, don't play. We talked about it. He could easily say.
I'm going to say this real quick. Does Ronald Acuña read English media?
No.
So it's not like he's going to get the newspaper and read it.
But his teammates do.
But you have a clubhouse meeting and say, Ronald, we've addressed this before, and you deal with it internally. And you say, hey, guys, we dealt with it internally because he's not an issue. They're trying to send a message. Here's the part about I'm going to send a message to Snicker. Okay? That's a war you don't want to pick, my friend. This is why. Germinator will not get Tony La Russa fired.
No.
Okay, Tony La Russa will not get fired over Germinator, even though White Sox fans think that he will.
Germinator.
Well, Mr. Mercedes.
Thank you.
Him 111. That's what I'm going to call him. He's falling down quicker than the Titanic. He's not even going to be the Derby at this rate. He wasn't going to be the Derby.
He's like a 270.
He's like right now. So Tony La Russa, even though White Sox fans are like, he's going to get fired because of the Derby, he's not. Okay, he's not Frank Thomas in his rookie year, and Tony knows this. Tony knows this because it would have been Abreu. He would have done a magic trick. Tim Anderson. Tim made mistakes. He's never blasted him because Tim Anderson is a batting champion. He is a stud. Ronald Acuna and Snicker. Okay,
who's going to win that battle?
Snicker has not been managing the way Tony has, or the way Alex Cora has.
There's 7 games out of first.
Snicker has a really good. I'm just saying though, he's been managing really, really bad. He's never moved Acuna from first to third. He's got a really he is playing. He's not playing with house money.
He's playing with fire.
He's playing with fire. And now you're going to go after Acuna. Imagine if Acuna was Ozzie Jr. and says, "I want this guy out of here."
That's a
dangerous. That's a dangerous.
He's basically playing a game of chicken. And they're both going head to head.
This is not 1970s.
Correct. Managers no longer have. There's maybe a few managers don't have that pop and that clout.
They don't have this Jim Fregosi. Jack McDowell won't come up until I say so.
Exactly.
I'm going to do this.
Now,
Clinton with El Potro Alvarez saying he won't be in the big leagues. Those days are done.
Now it's all about the players having control. I guarantee you, depending on how the break season ends, Snicker, Acuna, you might want to fix that Snickers and apologize or figure it out because the team will definitely pick the franchise player over him.
Pull the seat, had not put somebody in it.
It reminds me of Hargrove and Ichiro in Seattle. Ichiro's going to win that battle.
I haven't put anyone in the hot seat in the whole year.
He's in the hot seat.
Welcome to the room. You're now the first member of the hot seat. First manager to potentially get fired. Hot seat. And I'm doing this before the Arizona manager.
Hey, by the way,
Snicker, welcome to the room.
Hey, you know what's funny? Acuna maybe don't care about it, but Acuna listen to his father.
They're best friends.
His father is like,
I think his father.
The father said, you know what?
He reacted.
Do not play for that man.
His father. This is the thing that people don't understand. When it comes to family, and I know something about this, we all know something about this. When they're bashing someone that you love or is a family member, your first reaction is emotional. So Acuna's father is like, I don't care about the Braves. I don't care. I care about my son. I don't want my son looking bad, especially knowing that his son is awesome, and his son probably plays too hard.
Yeah.
So he's like saying, like, really, you're gonna call out my son when you've been doing an awful job at managing?
By the way, when his father talk about it, it's not like Jolito's dad. You talk about you don't know baseball. His father was a professional. His pride was good.
Yeah, here's the part.
In fact, it was good.
Snicker was tougher on Acuna than he was on Osuna for beating his wife. I'm being honest.
Yeah. You should have said something publicly.
Nobody said anything about that.
I'm talking about emotions. Okay, one of my favorite father-son combination, and I love the father. He's a really funny guy, and the combination they got like 1,000 home runs. But the Ken Griffey quote, Ken Griffey Jr.'s quote says, "I will never wear a Yankees uniform." Okay? That's because when he was a kid and his dad played with the Yankees, the way that his dad and him were treated in New York. Okay? Not because he didn't like the pinstripes or the money. When you have family involved in emotions, even if Acuna was aloof to it, if his father felt that way and he's the messenger to do that, if this father says, you know what, Ronald, just go through the motions, go play for yourself. And you start playing for yourself, I'm going to say this right now. Ronald Acuna can be the MVP, and the Braves finish last easily. I'm just saying, though, like, I'm going to play for me, not the team.
I don't care about winning. Listen. These are the kind of things that when you
talk about winning. You see the game yesterday, with the White Sox, they lost the lead. And you see what Abreu did?
7-1 lead. Oh, I'm going to say right now. So, he
moved the game over.
Segment.
Somebody else strike out.
The next segment. Rays, White Sox, they have not played a game this meaningful since 2008. It was a playoff atmosphere for the first time in Chicago. And this, what Ozzie Sr. is talking about is the White Sox lost a horrible lead. They're in it at the end. And the MVP of that team, even if anyone is the best hitter, literally sacrifices himself with a runner on second of going the opposite way to get the runner to third. So that's the type of sacrifice that you're talking about that you love. And that's why, when I look at Jose Abreu, he's not a guy that I'm like, oh, I want to watch him because he's so fast. But I love the way that he carries himself on the field because he's really about winning. I think he wants to win.
I think that Jose Abreu is a winning player, and those are winning plays. Those are the ones that don't show up in the box, but guys that know the game and guys that are in the clubhouse know what you're doing for the team. Basically, I don't care about my stats. I don't care about anything. I'm going to get that guy over, and then that guy's going to come in. Those are winning plays. Tampa is still a great team, even though they're going to lose Glass now. And White Sox, they're heading for a collision course for the division round or the ALCS. Those two teams probably are expected to be in the playoffs. It was a great, great series. Last game got a little sloppy there with the Sox pen, but these two teams, you could probably see them.
You know what I say this? Because Tim Anderson, he hit inning before we met on second base.
He struck out.
And he wanted to bring the guy in.
He wanted to hit that. He wanted
to hero. Okay, and he called himself, I'm going to check the game. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. No, you show me. If I see him try to move the guy over and he never did, okay, cool. But it never happened.
Yeah, people don't realize this. You can really, if you really pay attention when you're watching a guy, you can tell, is this guy trying to get him over or is he just trying to get a base hit?
Yeah. I mean, didn't he change the game the other day? He got picked off or thrown out somewhere?
Yeah, we got to change that slogan. But seriously, Jose Abreu,
changed the game.
Team player, and those two teams should be headed for a collision course. God, I wish Tampa would have fans. They're awesome.
They're an awesome team. I love Tampa because they put the ball in play. And leading to my next concern, and I had a rant on it on Wednesday, on our La Vida Baseball live show. And I had a rant about it because I'm so confused. And Tyler Glasnow, who's probably one of the top 5 pitchers right now in the American League, his conversation after the game and explaining why he thought that this had affected his injury in his last 2 starts because of not having any type of substance to help him with the ball. That was the biggest loss, I think, of the series was you had a player, you had Nick Madrigal fall for the White Sox injury. He had surgery. Wish him the best. A lot of really fun guy to watch. Then you have Tyler go down. So you're seeing hey, these are 2 really good teams, but in the playoffs they won't have Tyler Glasnow. I think he's out for the year. They won't have Madrigal, but it was really sad, and that leads to the next topic of Major League Baseball. It's at this point, you should be embarrassed of yourself. You know why I say embarrassing? Because you got guys like Theo Epstein allegedly consulting for you. You've had guys like Tony La Russa. Now you got Mike Hill. You always make a huge deal of we just hired so-and-so to come as a consultant. And you guys keep dropping the ball. This is the whole steroid situation.
But this is a crystal ball.
Oh, this is a crystal ball. I'm saying the steroid situation, they make greenies, PEDs, be in the same list as steroids. So everyone thought that everyone was doing greenies. It was like they were doing steroids. One has nothing to do with the other. One provided energy. The other one provided muscle. They made everyone believe that it was only hitters taking it. Okay? They made this whole big fiasco. The media knew.
Kevin Brown never took it.
I'm saying it was just like one article after the other. Now we're seeing the same articles. We saw it with the cheating scandal, okay? Major League Baseball. This is not corporate America. Stop sending memos. No one's reading them. We send a memo that every time they protect themselves. We send a memo in spring training telling teams that they couldn't use this stuff.
Listen, I'm very clear on this subject. It's very simple. Pitchers need grip.
Well, grip means rosin and the
sunscreen. Hold on, let me finish. Pitchers need a grip, but it's very scary. If you get never held a baseball, you're throwing that hard. They need to control the ball. Just don't do it. Don't implement it in the middle of the season. Why? Because it gets guys out of routine, out of their funk. Do not do it in the middle of the season. Create something and says, guys, we're only allowed to use tar,
that's it,
sunscreen, and rosin. That's it. Use it accordingly. And then everyone uses the same thing. Now it's wait, can I use this? Can I use that? It's just awful. It's dumb that they did in the middle of the season. And I don't know if Glasnow has a point because I'm not a pitcher. But he says,
the way that he was explaining,
he goes, I got hurt because I don't need this.
So my biology was college level classes, okay? But I did some research. If you grip hard, okay, gripping the ball, it tightens you up. and when you snap,
imagine when you're throwing that hard.
Okay, people, the writers, the idiot writers, and the fans think that it's them playing catch with Jimmy. You're throwing the ball with your son.
Hey, Weber, come out here with your son, throw the ball around. You're like, no,
there's no way.
You're like,
play catch with my son.
I can catch it fine.
I can catch it fine.
These guys,
it's 95 miles.
These guys are this. What they're doing, that class now throws the crap out of it.
Let me tell you one thing about it. Okay, these things have been using since 1900s.
You need it.
First of all, if you throw a Vaseline, a speedball, anything, cut the ball, that's more danger than a grip. Okay, grip is being there for all the life. They got to come up next year. By the way, you know what they got to come up? Hey, guys, you know what? We start this next year again because right now it's not working.
And then create a little bottle, put it on the mound.
Say, here,
this is what we're using.
If you get caught using something else, you should put for life. Another thing, I'm sorry, 1 second. Another thing, how the hell Manfred have a job? Listen to this.
He sucks.
Listen to this, okay? If we got a pitcher doing this stuff again, we suspend then 10 days, but we will pay him.
We will pay him.
Why? It's okay if your wife caught you cheating and you only get a 10-day ban. You'll take that. I'll take that every time.
You're a starter. If I'm the front office guy, if also my son is pitching,
so go ahead and do it.
No, I'm calling him and saying you're not risking your career.
Use it.
You're gonna use whatever it is you're using,
and take the suspension.
And take the suspension. Here's the part that's
if you're a starter, that's what.
Here's the part that's easy. Cancer, melanoma. What Major League Baseball has this thing called stand up. Everybody stands up in the All-Star game. So you're gonna tell players not to use suntan lotion.
No, they're saying that you can't use sunscreen.
You can't use sunscreen. So you can't use sunscreen. You can't. If I put gel in my hair and I sweat like Sweaty Freddy,
it's gonna come off.
And I put gel in my hair a lot when I played.
I know a lot of plays. Just go like this.
Just go like this. You're gonna get
like
something.
That's what they have to do.
I'm just saying though. So if you get caught with that now, but here's the thing: Major League Baseball, okay, Bauer, Scherzer, they all know, okay, because when Bubba Anaheim made the list, Bubba didn't say Pedro Martinez asked me for this. Bubba didn't say Jose Barrios asked me for this. He said Verlander, Cole, okay, Scherzer. They have text messages, okay.
Hey, rub mine different.
They have Zale. I paid this person to pay this person. So Major League Baseball is pretending that they don't know the guys that we're using. Bubba wasn't making rosin with sunscreen. Bubba was making a substance, by the way, Troy Percival, genius, that Troy Percival created it. They're making something else. So just go look, use your analytics for something that's important. Go look at spin rate. Okay, the White Sox jumped from the worst spin rate in Major League Baseball to the best spin rate in one season.
Okay, what I think of this is that, so it affects some hitters. Some hitters are saying it's too much. But it hasn't affected Acuna.
Hey, wait a minute.
It hasn't affected Vladdy.
Hey, wait a minute. That's what I said yesterday. Oh, affected me. No, you had just had it by year because the pitching been using that for
that's what
before you got there.
That's what I'm saying. The rosin and the sunscreen helps you with the grip. The players that are using the tack or the special sauce, your spin rate does not improve with the lotion and the tar and the rosin. Your spin rate improves when you're using the tack. When you're using the special sauce, that's when your spin rate improves. Just go look at the spin rate. David Price spin rate, oh my God, they signed Trevor Bauer, and the Dodgers just became a better pitching staff. They got better spin rate because when you talk to them, he teaches them how to do better spin rate. No, he's telling him, hey, look, I got this special sticky stuff that's better than everybody else and do it. Mike Hill, a player just said, when I was with the Marlins, Mike Hill, who's making the rules, and Mike Hill's my boy, Mike Hill said, use this stuff.
If it's going to make you better.
It's going to make you better. And now you're in Major League Baseball. Like, are you pretending? Like, why are we pretending? Players are going to get hurt, okay, in a season where injuries are already prone because guys have been throwing too much. They had a shortened season. Their bodies are not used to it. Now you're going to throw it in the middle of the year. It's like right now, and they say, you know what, guys? We're done playing at 9-inning games. We're only going to play 5-inning games. Or they say, you know what? No more 7-inning games doubleheader. We're going to have 9 and 9. Guys got prepared in spring training for a type of season. If I was a big-time pitcher and my team was out of it, shut me down. Or here's the worst part. What happens when a guy gets hit? They're already blaming Pilar getting hit in the face, which would have nothing to do with that. I'm saying, oh, he got, and that was a mistake. You imagine somebody gets hit in the dome in a wet game? I'm facing Garrett Cole, and it's raining, and I know Garrett Cole's scared.
Get the grip.
I'm like, hey, are you using the grip? No, I'm away from that. I'm out of the lineup. Why? I'm not facing Garrett Cole or Chapman and taking one in the neck because they don't have grip.
But that ball's slick.
If you grab a baseball out of a box, those things are so slick.
In my time, we know who's behind the plate because they used to rub the balls very well. Now they're so lazy, they go like, wait.
No, they're too
The
slick.
players throw back. Before we know, let me see the ball. Okay, Richie Garcia is behind the plate because that thing was black.
Yeah.
And
you know the umpires on
lazy.
They let the clubby kid do it.
Yeah.
If you rub the balls, umpires. And here's the best part, okay?
That's the joke.
Talking about umps.
Do you know what they do in Mexico? That's unbelievable. They cut orange.
Okay.
Grab dirt.
And they have their own mix.
They put the ball in the orange and they put a little dirt and you gotta grab that ball.
It's
in Mexico, I saw it like, what are you doing?
But players have said this. Major League Baseball tests the ball. It's not like the NBA. The guys in the NBA have not said, hey man, when I dribble the ball, it's different. Major League Baseball pitchers have balls in their homes that say, look at this ball, look at that ball. They've had balls that they call the juice. Some pitchers have said the seams are too low. So basically, Major League Baseball has been tampering with the ball.
They're always trying to create a more offensive game.
This is bad. Very bad attention to baseball. Very bad.
I'm just scared.
Okay, another thing, guys. Players play years. I'm not going to put the manager, the coaches, player because they're the one that use it. We give you something to do, and you do it. That's your fault. Okay. Player from the Houston Astros, go back 20 years ago, 20 Houston Astros, they didn't even punish 1 second, not take the money away 1 minute. The manager of Houston Astros back in the game, Coach Alex Cora back in the game, and they cheat. This is worse than
any sticky stuff.
The Sox, the White Sox,
the Black
betting. This is worse. They all of a sudden because you use stick stuff, you're going to be suspended 8 days. Shame on you.
I would snap.
Shame on you.
And they were right. Trevor clowning them, Rendon talking about it. So you're going to punish me. And again, Major League Baseball didn't let the Yankees the memos. There's a lot of stuff out there. So you're going to go out after, like they're still trying to get Barry Bonds for like something that they couldn't even get him in the court. But you didn't get the Astros. And again, you cannot have more evidence. If O.J. Simpson, if the case would have been like O.J. Simpson is against the cheating thing, O.J. would have been away for 100 years in the murder trial.
Yeah, the Astros.
38 pitches.
The Astros was a slam dunk case.
It was a slam dunk case. Close it.
They didn't get suspended. I think people would have loved if they would have said Altuve, Correa, Bregman, Marwin, whoever is it. You guys are suspended for the first 2 months of the season.
No. Season. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, FBI got you. Boom, boom. Okay, you're a drug dealer. They got you. What they say? You tell me
who did it,
or who is in the big boy. We protect you. That's the way.
The Pittsburgh Pirates are playing with a AAA team, maybe AA, maybe rookie ball. Okay, there's teams out there that are playing the Tigers. They might be playing with some. So they could have told the Astros, saying, "Hey, you know what, guys? You guys have to play with none of the big league guys.
You're doing AAA team.
Anyone. You got to bring everybody from the AAA team. No one that was in that roster could play next season."
And the fans would have been like,
and the fans would have said, "Wow!" And you would have looked like if you really want to do that. But now you're telling me you're going to suspend me for something that I'm going to get hurt for.
That's really changed the game.
I hope Braxton sues Major League Baseball saying you changed the game.
By
the way, Tony Clark, where are you?
No, Tony Clark,
Tony Clark, the players' opinion. The players' opinion. You let a rule get changed in the middle of the year. If this would have happened in the 1990s, 1980s. They would have told the players, walk off the field.
We're
not playing.
Okay, this is a different thing. It's just like, oh my God, same way, okay, and nothing we drop anything. You know what happened right now with baseball? It's like people went to jail a long time ago. They should be. They have to be in jail because they smoke marijuana or they have marijuana and sold the marijuana to people. Now it's legal. Okay, now I spent 20 years in jail. Because now you guys make it legal.
Yeah,
it's a different thing.
I was in prison for 15 years for smoking marijuana, and then it's legal in your state. You say, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, wrong time. But again, Major League Baseball has so many answers. Why? Right now, I can go in the United States and I can go make any product. I can call like a manufacturer and say, "I want this done in 3 weeks. If you have the money, they'll get it made for you. They'll put a label on it." I know that because I do that. Okay, it's part of business, stuff that I do for business. Okay? You're going to tell me that Major League Baseball cannot call any other chemist company and say, hey, can you make me a formula of just sticky stuff?
Yeah.
No,
call Baba.
No, or call Baba and say, hey, Baba, what were you making? Maybe say, hey, Baba, you know what? The part that you were making, this part might be a little bit too strong. Let's put a little bit less on it. Brand it, hold it, and say, hi,
MLB.
This is Major League Baseball sticky stuff. If you're caught using something that's not this, you're banned for life.
And I guarantee you it'll make millions of dollars in revenue.
All the high school teams will go buy it.
Everyone
will go buy it. You can have it at Dick's Sports. You can have Pedro Martinez say, hi, I promote the sticky stuff. And like Pedro Martinez said, and that's why I love Pedro Martinez. Pedro Martinez said, if I was a pitcher today, I like my balls rubbed the way I like my balls rubbed. No one's going to tell me.
And I like my balls rubbed. That's none of your business.
That's none of your business. Again, Tyler Glasnow, by the way, Tyler Glasnow was a nice guy. I will tell pitchers that are out there, okay? If you need to put whatever you need to put on the ball to prevent you from getting injured.
Or hurting someone.
Do it. You get caught, say, hey, you know what?
And it's so weird. Let's jump into the next topic. It's so weird. Are they going to check every guy that comes in their game?
Very quick. That's what we're going to talk about. Say, okay, Isaac, you pitcher, Ozzy. I'm mad.
Check him.
And they go, the umpire go, hey, let me check you. Okay, here it is with the detector.
A scanner.
A wand. Okay. And my player don't have anything, I will suspend for life because I will go out there and just fight with that.
Right now, you can
really
tick off some teams and say, hey, go look at that picture.
But baseball, by the way, baseball's so behind that Alex Cora, this is why Alex is a genius on the field. Alex Cora made a move last night.
It's the best move.
He said timeout. He had a catcher, okay, get ready to go switch a catcher in the middle of an inning who wasn't hurt because his bullpen wasn't ready.
He needed time.
And he said, genius move. The other manager didn't argue it.
He can.
Well, he can't.
He can't. That's not, but he can still be like, what are you doing? Like, I'm saying
the guy, you got to get loose.
But you're still like, you can still make a deal about it. But everyone in the game was like, even the broadcasters were like, what's Alex Cora doing? Like, this, we've never seen this move before. Like, it's like, what are you watching? So if you're a father and you want your son to learn baseball, tell him the truth. Tell him about the history of our game. You got fans out there saying, my player doesn't use anything. Really? You're lucky if your favorite pitcher was not juicing in the 90s. Okay? Or wasn't doing something. People are so naive, like, and then the pitchers that are saying, I never use anything.
No, yeah, right.
Just shut up.
And the hitters criticizing the pitcher for sticky stuff. I'm like, guy, you've been on steroids.
Like, anything. I'm saying, though, like, but everyone needs to realize this. Greenies were not steroids. Rosin and the suntan lotion is not Bubba's mix.
That's what they're going to call it. Bubba's mix.
By the way, you coach in high school. You coach in high school. Your kids get caught up there like, hey, we can use this, we can use that. They say, no, use it.
By the way,
everyone asked me, I was like, I've always thought that pitchers needed
they need it.
Pine tar.
But
if you grab a ball, if you grab a white baseball, you're like, this is too slick.
Anyway, I play shortstop. Long time. You see my glove in this size?
It's tar.
It just hard because hard we're not using it anymore. But it was pine tar. Before I take the field, I put a pine tar in my glove.
And before you pitch, you go like that.
It's like Ozzy, how dare you? You're cheating the game of baseball.
There's a reason why pitchers and players do this.
How about
so you have more grip.
No, this is the best. Before, you got to step up on the mound, walk a little bit, like 2 step out, and that was legal. Why can you interrupt?
Because they said,
okay, now they change. Okay, this is the same way. I see. You remember the ball hit the dirt
and the Yachty's,
and he hit Yachty right in the chest, and the ball stuck in his chest.
But it was illegal because it's not illegal to have the pine tar in your chest.
Because if you look at the catchers, let's jump to the next topic. The catchers all go like that. Salvador Perez, right on their shin guards, they have tar. They grab it and they throw it back.
And let's stop saying all the secrets. So, Guillén Guarantee. Let's do it. What do you got, Oni, for the Guillén Guarantee?
Well, I'm gonna bet against the Miami Marlins. They're playing the Cubs in Chicago. I don't think they have a prayer to be. The Cubs are scorching, so I'm gonna take the Cubs over the Miami Marlins to win the series. And I'm gonna bet. I've never done it, but I'm gonna do it. They have to win this series. They didn't do it against the Orioles. They're playing against the Pirates. The Peekaboo Indians are playing against the Pirates. If they can't beat the Pirates, I'm thinking they're gonna sweep. If they can't sweep the Pirates, they should get out. I mean, I know Shane Bieber's on the shelf for 10 days, so that's my other pick.
You don't think it's coincidental that Shane goes to the shelf?
He's like, I can't spin anymore. Get me out of there. Give me 2 days. The series that I'm up 50-50 is the Astros against the White Sox. I'm undecided, but I'm gonna take Dusty's boys, even though because that's the only team I dislike more than the Sox. So I'm gonna take Dusty's boys.
I feel for Dusty because obviously that's the situation, but again, it's something that they're gonna have to deal with. I'm gonna say this for the White Sox in that series. I think that I want to see how the Pine Tar situation affects them
because it doesn't come into play for another 5-6 days.
No, Monday.
So
like today.
So this weekend, I'm
sorry. Is I going to pitch? I put Pine Tar in my teeth.
By the way, if you're watching the game the way you're supposed to watch the game, you can see. By the way, when guys go like this on their glove, they don't have Tourette's. And they're not pumping their gloves like Roger Clemens used to pump his shoe. Remember Brian Clemens called timeout and he pumped the shoe and then he pumped his glove in the All-Star game? This is not 1987. No one's pumping their gloves. You're not going like this because you got Tourette's, like whatever. No, you're doing something. And when guys go like this, again, I'm gonna end the show on this. If you're a baseball fan and you're new to the game, just Google Gaylord.
Oh my God, yes.
I just say, look, just Google him.
Guys, if people are
like, why is he going? Does he have something in his eyes?
People that have played the game have no problem with the tar and all that stuff.
For one thing in baseball, though, and that's what I'm going to end the show on. When Charles Barkley is talking about you in the #1 show in sports, which is TNT NBA basketball, and he's talking about baseball, and he's making fun of Rob Manfred and the rules and everything.
Is it 10-game suspension with pay? Who cares?
But it's good for the game, though. It's good for the game because we were trending MLB, but I'm going to end the show with this. He probably hates me. Mr. Manfred, everybody hates. I don't think he knows who I am. I don't think he knows who I am.
He knows who I am. I call him up in TV. I call him up everywhere.
You guys clean it up. Major League Baseball.
Clean it up, guys.
Figure it out. Clean it up.
They need a guy like me to clean it up, not like all the genius.
And happy Friday.
Make Weber the GM. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, everyone. Have fun. Enjoy your father.